back here to the Frat House, week 32, with Frat House Mike and Sidekick. You're sitting there going, Frat House Mike, what's that all about? Well, hey, you know, we were talking a little bit about this before we did the show tonight. And I was mentioning, you know, we've been at this for 30 plus weeks. How many ways there are for you to get a hold of us? How many ways do you get?
You have to ask me nicely.
No, you don't. You don't have to ask nice at all. Listen, we've had the Facebook page going for almost 2 years now.
Yep.
So you got the Frat House, Eagleville. Go to Facebook. Yep. You got that. All right. We've got the YouTube channel, which is the Frat House. About 6 months ago or so, we had an email account, Frat House Eagleville, all one word, @gmail.
Yep.
And now we're both on Twitter.
Yep.
You can follow me if you want @Frat House Mike. Sidekick.
I'm FH Sidekick.
And there you go. We've entered the Twitter world. So, if you want, please check that out. And you can get in touch with a couple of twits like us. All right?
Yep.
All right, let's jump into sports for this week. Hey, we'll do a quick look at NASCAR. No race last week. All right, we already knew that. We talked about it last week. But, hey, we're back in action on Saturday. All right, Saturday night, as a matter of fact. Texas Motor Speedway at 7 o'clock Eastern Time on Fox. And you can bet we're going to be bringing you all the action back on that next week. And did you have anything you want to throw in on NASCAR?
Well, I was just going to say, for those of us that are, you know, in the fantasy leagues, look for Roush to be dominating this race. The Roushketeers do well at this track.
All right.
Also, Tony Stewart won here in the fall. So don't.
Haven't set my lineup yet, but I appreciate the little bit of insight there. Thank you very much. Maybe that gives me a leg up on you.
I need you to be competitive.
All right.
I need somebody to chase me.
And listen to this nonsense. All right, let's go over and take a look at baseball, huh? Major League Baseball. There we go. We got a full week in.
Yep.
You know, better than a full week if we want to throw in Japan from a couple of weeks ago.
Sure.
And we're going to add a new regular feature to our baseball coverage. This is going to be what I call a Major League Baseball's or MLB's weekly surprises, and week one was not exempt. Surprises this week, huh?
I'm surprised you put the Cardinals up here, actually, Mike.
Well, listen, I frankly, listen, how many people out there really thought that the Cardinals would be leading the Central Division, all right? You lost Pujols. Everybody was saying, listen, from the moment that guy walked out the door, even your own people in St. Louis were saying, St. Louis,
well, of course we're going to cry when the guy leaves. But one guy doesn't make a team.
Well, I agree with you.
So,
but
you know,
I frankly didn't think, well, you know, we're sitting around and
we're defending champs.
How about this one, though? How about the Mets leading the East? How about that?
We couldn't do diddly poo.
Well, they're tied right now with Washington. You have the Mets and Washington right now at the top of the NL East.
And we were talking about the Braves and the Phillies. And where are they?
Well, I didn't expect the Phils to be anywhere. I really didn't. Yankees and Red Sox went an over for a little while there at the beginning. Who would have thought that?
How about the Dodgers? Leading the West.
Leading the West. All right?
God.
But the most compelling story of all had to be coming out of those new and refurbished Miami Marlins, where our buddy down there, Ozzie Guillen, had a few comments regarding Fidel Castro, of all people, yes. Sunday morning, when I first read the comments, and this was Sunday morning now, mind you, I read the comments, I just kind of shook my head and said, are you kidding me? What an idiot this guy is, all right? And so I posted the info that I had available. I posted it up on our Facebook page. And that kind of leads me to our next new weekly feature that we're introducing tonight. And that is our Frat House Facebook post of the week. And with a little bit of egotism, I'm going to throw mine in there as the first one. However, here's the deal, folks. We don't want it to be ours. We want it to be yours. Get creative. Send us something. Put something on our Facebook page. Send us something creative. Send us something funny. Send us something serious. Send us something we didn't cover. Send us something we didn't know about. And, hey, if it's really good, each week we'll screenshot it. We're going to put it right up here, and we're going to put it as the Facebook, Frat House Facebook post of the week. But anyhow, when I saw the story on Guillen on Sunday, here he was saying that he respected Castro. And I'm thinking to myself, this guy is sitting down, okay? He's not in Chicago anymore. He's sitting down in what is Little Havana, okay? In Miami, all right? I had to put up my post, which was, You know, you got to give Gian credit. It sure doesn't take him long to say something asinine. Get ready, Florida. You know there's more to come. Well, I didn't realize how true that was because, in fact, the story blew up on Monday. Monday, it was all over the place, and as of last night, Gian was serving a 5-game suspension. To me, it was just an incredibly stupid comment. He's come out, he's had press conferences now where he's apologizing, he's weeping all over the place, you know, talking in Spanish to people to try to get them to understand that, hey, it was a language barrier problem, I didn't mean it that way. Are you buying any of that?
Actually, you know, here's the thing. I kind of followed this during the week, and I'm going to take the other side, okay? You know, point, counterpoint kind of thing.
No, we do it better than anybody else.
I can see where his comments were taken out of context.
Yes.
And I understand what he was trying to say. But due to language barriers, I think he said it in the wrong way. He would have been better off just keeping his mouth shut.
Absolutely.
But, you know, he did step in it. I do kind of understand, you know, what, you know, the idea he was trying to...
I think I do too. I think what he was trying to say was he can't believe that the guy is still in power is what he's actually trying to say.
And that's what he's respecting is the fact that this guy's been in power for 6 years. He's not respecting what he stands for.
He should have been thrown out a long time ago. My gosh, nobody's ever been able to catch up to him. I think that's what he was trying to say, but it didn't come off that way. And it was the biggest trap you could have fallen into and the worst geographic region of the entire country.
Exactly, yeah.
And, you know, for those of us out there that have followed Gian, you're sitting back just going, oh my God, it's Gian one more time. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, we're going to see where it falls down. He's got, I guess, 3 more games yet to serve out on his suspension. Apparently the polls are indicating even the people down in Miami do not want him fired. I frankly don't think he should be either. That's just my personal opinion.
Well, no, because you gotta love a guy like this.
Well, I don't know if I love him. I think it was actually pretty stupid, but...
Yeah, it gives us something to talk about.
It does, so we appreciate that. Thank you, Ozzy. Let's go take a look at the leaderboard. I don't know why we're going to do this, but we're going to jump into it for the, you know, hey, let's get it off to the right start. First week, let's take a look at where the leaderboard stand in Major League Baseball. All right? In the American League right now, you got Tampa Bay leading the East. Detroit is leading in the Central, and Texas is in the West. In the National League, we already talked about it a little bit. You got the Mets, and of course now the Nationals are tied for first in the East. Cardinals are in the Central, and those refurbished Dodgers are leading the West. You brought it up before, but I'm going to tell you right now, don't pay any attention to any of that whatsoever. It's all going to disappear in a week or two. All right, you know, we did it just for the fun. We're going to break down division by division over the next number of weeks, just as we did with the NHL for quite a few weeks there, and we're going to break down each of the divisions, take a look at them, and see what we think is happening with all those teams. And we're going to start it out tonight with the AL West, which is the AL West. We got the Los Angeles Angels, we got the Oakland Athletics, you got the Seattle Mariners, and you got the Texas Rangers. And so Sidekick, earlier in the week, I said to you, hey, listen, buddy, why don't you go take a look at the LA Angels? And I wasn't even thinking. So do me a favor, let's try to keep this polite and balanced. Okay. Yeah, please, okay? Talk to us about the Angels.
The Los Angeles Angels of the AL West. We got up here, we got Weaver pitching, my good friend Albert Pujols, turncoat, and Kendrick. Pujols, not looking good this year. 18 at-bats. He's got 2 extra base hits, 3 strikeouts, 3 pop-ups, 7 groundouts to left. No home runs yet. So in 6 games, they're 2-4, and they're a game and a half back.
Yep. SI's got them picked to win the West. Okay, on the strength of their strong pitching rotation. You got Jared Weaver, you got Dan Herron, you got C.J. Wilson, you got Irvin Santana. You throw in Pujols. That's got to count for something. Yep. Howie Kendrick.
Got to count for how many million?
Well, we're going to talk about that in a moment. Kendrick could in fact be vying for a batting title in the American League. Projected payroll of that team, $149 million. All right. Personally, I don't know.
Yankees in the West.
I don't see them with the offense that's going to be able to control that particular division. I don't. All right. And that kind of leads us right over to the Oakland Athletics. And I said before, this is kind of a rich man, poor man story, or a tale of two cities. You got the Angels over there with $149 million. You got the Oakland Athletics with a $53 million payroll. And does that translate? You bet it does. It translates into product on the field. What kind of a product are you looking at? Not a very good one with the A's. They're a young team. They're a young team that apparently is sitting back waiting for a brand new stadium in 2015. That's 3 years away, folks. So in other words, we can expect the same kind of mediocrity probably from the Oakland Athletics that you've been seeing for years.
Unless Moneyball 2 comes out.
Okay, now, and that's what they're going to have to hope for. You know, it's unfortunate in my opinion. You got guys, you got a couple of good quality players in there. You got Coco Crisp, all right? You got Josh Reddick, who they just,
Does he play with milk?
No, that's
Spoon?
Yeah. Not the cereal. You got Josh Reddick over there, who they just acquired in the offseason from the Boston Red Sox. These are two good quality players. I'm afraid that unfortunately guys like this are going to just become insignificant and they're going to disappear. Right. Staff is heavy on young pitchers. I'm going to tell you right now, I think some of those young pitchers you could see rotating around come trade deadline and going over to teams that in fact will make a difference. All right, Sidekick, take us up north, huh? Let's go take a look at Seattle.
Oh, yeah. Mariners. Well, we got up here, we got Hernandez pitching. We got Suzuki and Ackley. Let's see. Suzuki's got 9 hits so far, no home runs, 3 RBIs. Ackley's he's got a home run, 8 hits. They're 4-3, half game back. Yeah, the word on the Seattle Mariners is that they've got a young core group of pitchers, just like we were talking about with the Oakland Athletics. However, this particular group seems to be a little more seasoned and a little better prepared, perhaps maybe to take things on right away. Dennis Ackley is a proven offensive threat. Ichiro, however, the word is he may be a shooting star on its way down. Well, I heard Kawasaki's were better than Suzuki's anyway. So. Okay. All right, let's go. Last but not least, let's go take a look at those Texas Rangers. And I'm going to be honest, here's where I have it. I make this Rangers team the favorite to win the West. Well, it's obvious that the Angels have added. I mean, they've added. You get Pujols, you're adding something to your team. The bottom line is this. When you take a look at the Rangers roster, up and down, day in, day out, I'm telling you, this team is the team to beat in the AL West. All right, you start throwing in Ian Kinsler, Josh Hamilton, Andre Beltre, Mike Napoli, Nelson Cruz, and then the $100 million Cracker Jack prize in Yu Darvish. We'll see how this goes. I frankly don't see anybody coming up near the Rangers. Well, that's my personal opinion. Who do you think's going to take the West? Defending AL champs. Seriously, who do you think's going to win? I think the Rangers can. It'll be the Rangers. All right. So we're in both agreement on that one. It'll be the Rangers. That's our look at baseball for this week. We'll come back. We're going to be taking a look at the AL Central next week. All right. Jump over real quick. We'll take a look at the NBA Leaderboard. We only got about 8-9 games left on the season right now total. Chicago Bulls, number 1. All right, 44-14. They're on a 6-4 run right now in their last 10. Oklahoma City Thunder continues to be strong in the Northwest. Miami Heat, 40-16. They dropped off a little bit recently, 5-5 in their last 10. San Antonio Spurs, 40-16. LA Lakers are there in the Pacific, and the Boston Celtics continue to reign in the Atlantic Division, despite the fact the Sixers have had a better run of it the past week. Those are the current standings, and as things get closer and closer to the end, you can bet it's going to start to heat up. No pun intended? I'm not going there. NHL regular season concluded last weekend. Yep. We got the playoffs kicking up last night, as a matter of fact. So let's take a quick look at the playoff matchups, and we're going to break it down by conference. All right? So here's what we're going to do, Sidekick. Just yell them out. Just yell them out as we go through these, and tell me who you think's going to win the series. All right? We got the number 8 seed in the Western Conference, the LA Kings, going up against the Vancouver Canucks. I will say this, the Canucks lost last night at home to the Kings. Go ahead, who do you got? But I'm going with the Canucks. So am I. I'm going with the Canucks as well. You got the number 7 seed San Jose Sharks against the number 2 St. Louis Blues. They're kicking up tonight. Come on. Yeah, I know. Don't lose. Forget it.
I'm not even asking. I'm going with the Blues as well. Chicago Blackhawks, number 6 against those Phoenix Coyotes. I believe that game is tonight, yes?
Yes.
All right. And who do you got?
I hate the Blackhawks. I'm going with the Coyotes.
And I'm going with the Blackhawks. Detroit Red Wings.
Me with this.
Oh, no, come on. Detroit Red Wings, number 5 against the Nashville Predators, and I believe that game was played last night. Nashville won their first game, and that was at home. Go ahead.
I'm going with the Red Wings.
And I'm going with the Predators. And can I tell you right now, those Red Wings, they were the hottest team probably in the NHL in the last 4 weeks. And that's what got them into where they are right now. But Nashville is steady. Nashville, watch them. Let's go over to the eastern side. Eastern side, you got the Ottawa Senators going up against the New York Rangers. And who are you picking there?
Going with the Rangers.
Rangers as well. Washington Capitals are up against the Boston Bruins.
Going with the Bruins.
Bruins. And New Jersey Devils are going to be playing the Florida Panthers. That's the only Friday night game. That's tomorrow night. They don't start until tomorrow night. And Jersey Devils are 6 against the number 3 Florida.
Going with the Panthers.
Have fun with that. They're a fraud team. I'm going with the Devils. Philadelphia Flyers opened up last night against the Pittsburgh Penguins. They were on Penguins ice. And who do you got?
Going with the Penguins. Hey, come on. I'm going with the Flyers.
Righty, and the Flyers won.
Start playing with some jam in here.
And that they did last night. They won that first game in overtime after coming back
That was exciting.
They were at, that was an 0-3 deficit they went into in that game. They were down by 3 goals, and they came back to win it 4-3. We'll be coming back next week. We'll update it all, and we'll take a look at where our picks are. All right, we got our next to the last biggest hero in sports. Biggest hero in sports this week. We're taking a look at hockey. We're taking a look at hockey, and where are you going there, Sidekick?
I'm gonna go old school Blues with Brett Hall. Played 11 seasons in St. Louis. Part of the line Hall and Oates is a joke with Hall and Oates.
Right.
Played with Adam Oates. I'm sorry. He scored.
Wow, you're just pulling my memory back.
I know.
Wow, that is old school. Go ahead.
He scored, some achievements. Scored 86 goals in one season, which is right now still the 3rd highest for season in goals.
Right.
And in '96, he scored his 500th goal against the Kings.
Good choice there.
And I just want an honorable mention.
Yes.
I was Mike and I were talking about this last night. I was a little tossed up between Brett Hall, but I also wanted to bring in Pelle Lindbergh.
Yeah.
The short time he played, but phenomenal goalie.
Yeah.
Played a little over just about 5 seasons with the Flyers. Unfortunately, had a car crash in 1985, but that would be my honorable mention for hockey heroes.
I had a hard time with this one myself, and I'm going to go old school as well. And I really went back and forth, and everybody here at the Frat House can tell you, I went back and forth on this. I thought, I was thinking outside the box a little bit. Mario Lemieux, I was thinking. Mark Messier.
Yeah.
John LeClaire, Mark Recchi, even Eric Lindros came to my mind. Because I don't care what, I think Eric Lindros took a lot of heat.
Yeah.
He took a lot of heat unnecessarily in this city. And frankly, I never really had an issue with him. But I'm going to go real old school. And I'm going to go with more than one guy, and I got to go with the LCB line, back from 1975 to 76. LCB, and that was named for Reggie Leach, Bobby Clark, Bill Barber. LCB. Absolutely, I was looking up numbers today. Absolutely incredible what they did in one season, 75-76, on that line. The LCB line featuring Reggie Leach at right, Clark at center, and Bill Barber at left wing set an NHL record for goals by a single line with 141 in one season. Leach had 61, Clark had 30, Barber had 50. Absolutely phenomenal production. Back at the time when goaltending was really a lot more, goaltending was a lot stronger in my opinion than it is now. But if I really throw it all together in there, my biggest hero in hockey has been Bill Barber. And of course, I just mentioned some of his numbers from the LCB line. And so I had to put up my pick there from when I met him 15 years ago. That's a 15-year... that's a 15 there. That's a 15... Well, thank you very much. That's a 15-year younger Mike than you're looking at right now. And I had a chance to kind of meet and greet my youthful hero right there. So I put that up there. Next week we will be taking a look at our final. biggest hero in sports, and that will be in baseball. And I'm sure we will
Baseball.
both. Well, I'm sure we will both have just as big a problem with that one as we did with this week's. All right, so there's our show for this week. All right, hope you enjoyed it. Do me a favor. You gotta keep us real, keep us alive, keep us going. Thanks very much. See you then.
I mean, Bill Barber and of course others on the team knew that Bobby Clark was the leader. Bill Barber knew that Bernie Parra was the goaltender who made things work. And that was good enough for Bill Barber. That's what he wanted to be, and he tried to be the best that he could at that.
As a player, I wanted to be viewed as a consistent, solid player. Player that could score some goals, player that was accountable in all zones, player that played as well defensively as any other forward, just a player that every team wished they had.